Hi and welcome back. Today we're going to jump right in on CLO3D and make a really basic dress. If you haven't already watched my Getting Started in CLO3D video, I suggest you do that now. So over here in the CLO window, we're going to click on Library, and then we're going to scroll down here and find the Avatar folder, and we'll grab a female avatar, and you can just double click on them and it will load over in the 3D window. Okay, we're going to do a split screen over here. And there's kind of two different ways to make a pattern. In my t-shirt video, you're going to see it's really basic. It also shows you a different way to draft a pattern. So today we're going to draw out with the rectangle. And up in the edit pattern toolbar, we'll click and hold on it, and we're going to scroll down. Okay, quick record scratch here. I'm going to use the following key commands for these tools. You can see them here. Z is the edit pattern tool. Z will grab individual anchor points when you click on them once and then click again to activate it. C is for the edit curvature tool, and that just makes curves out of some of your segment lines. X is the one at the bottom, add point split line, and that just adds points to your pattern that you can manipulate with the Z tool. And when you want to grab the whole pattern, it's this one up here, A. Then you can move the whole thing around. And we're going to use the add point spline tool. We're going to make a point here and here for the neck hole, and one for the shoulder, one for the armhole, and that's it. And now we're going to press Z on the keyboard, and that's going to bring up the edit pattern tool, and we can delete this corner and this corner. And that looks good, and that gives us that basic bodice block. And now we're going to go down and type the letter C, or you can see here, going to click and hold on it, and that's going to bring up the curvature tool, and we will add curvature to the neckline and the armhole here. Okay, and for the armhole here, you can see you want a steeper curve toward the bottom. Just kind of click and drag toward the body this way. But if you want to adjust that further, grab the Z tool, click on the anchor point at the bottom, and you can move this handle around. Okay, now that we have the basic bodice set up, this is for the front. We're, with the Z tool, going to click on this center line, then right click, and we're going to unfold with symmetric editing, and that basically makes a complete pattern. And now we can copy and paste it over to the right. On this pattern, let's use the edit pattern tool, that's Z, and we'll click on the neckline, and we'll just bring that up and fix the anchors. Good, so we have a front and back now. Let's look over here in the 3D window, and if you hold Shift F, you can also go in over here and you can bring up these arrangement points. And these are going to help you to arrange the pattern pieces on the body quickly. So instead of moving them in the 3D window, you select the pattern and then select one of these points. Do that for the front and the back. And now you'll have this arranged around the body, and you may need to make a little bit of an adjustment here. Okay, let's open in the 2D window the segment sewing tool, and check out my video here on different sewing tools, and this is kind of the complete guide, but right now we're just going to use segment sewing. This is the simplest one, and you click once on one side and click on the other. Tina Shatabi, the graduate student, PhD candidate here in our department, told me near, near, and sew far to far, and I think that's genius. Easy way to remember it, and just make sure that your notches are lined up so you don't have a crisscross sewing problem. And once that's all sewn, hit simulate. Good, and the bodice looks decent. Tug on it here, looks great. Okay, now let's add the skirt. Same thing, let's make a rectangle. Go from about the waist down to mid-thigh. And then grab Z for the edit pattern tool. And just click once on this bottom right anchor, and we're going to pull that out. And click on the center line, right click, again unfold with symmetric editing. Good. Now A, that selects the whole pattern piece, copy and paste it. Okay, now we have the front and the back, and let's just sew those, segment sew the front to the front bodice and the back to the back. It's pretty good. And use the arrangement points in the 3D window, or just move them into position. And then sew with the segment sewing tool the side seams, and then hit simulate. It should look decent, but then we're going to click on the pattern pieces and come down here to the property editor, and it changes a little bit. And we'll look for the simulation properties, and it defaults I think to 20. We're going to crank it down to somewhere between 5 and 8, and then hit simulate again. Great, now you can see that you have much better wrinkles. This is the simplest, most straightforward way to make a simple dress in CLO3D, just to get you started. And you know, you can always save the project as a garment file, but also don't forget to go ahead and save your project as a CLO3D file so you can do some stuff to it later. Hope that helped you out getting started in CLO3D. Good luck on your next project.